Hey, it's your girl KV back with another review for, is this another season, child? I don't know what we're doing here. Um, Everybody is saying season 10, episode 17, but on it says season 11, episode 1. So I am confusion, and I think I'm gonna stick with the season 10 episode 17 simply because we ain't had no reunion. And that's why we ain't had no reunion, y'all. Why we ain't had no reunion in a long time. And like I said, I get that they're doing these A and B selection seasons, but so new season-ish. Yeah, we start with Trisha going over to see Tisha. Trisha, bless you. Trisha's son done been in a car accident, and this scene really showed us how Trisha is truly void of emotion. Like, we're sitting here having a conversation about your own very son, flesh and blood, that you pushed out, and how he got into a car accident. We see the picture, he laid up, neck brace, whatever. She just like, yeah, it was terrible. The doctors was like, I was like, y'all better tell me what's going on. It was just the oddest thing to really see. Like, okay, she really don't. But like, on the not so funny side, she did tell us how her sister passed away in her arms. So I get it. So Tisha is now talking about the ladies and what done went on with them. It's always some mess, child. Tisha feels like her and Nell were getting somewhere in the reconciliation at the 80s party. But with Destiny, she still feel a way about Destiny because she is still hurt that she feels like Destiny was trying to take Nell's side. All feelings. Next, they talk about Ken and Trish. They are not really together at this point on the show. Trish said that people have been telling Ken that she been out on a date with some buff guy. And the way she looking, you was. You was. Just like you was cheating on your husband dating Ken. You absolutely cheating on the both of them and dating somebody else. Because Ken getting on your nerves. He ain't your piece no more. Trisha is a dude. Trisha is a dude. Ain't gonna divorce the first husband. Got a new man living in the house. But gonna go on a date with somebody else. Trisha is a mess. Allegedly went on a date, okay? And so Tisha gonna say, well, I mean, if he's saying that, people saying you go on dates, then people saying that he in girls' DMs. They said he in girls' DMs. She like, well, yeah, somebody told me. She was like, he be in my DMs and da-da-da-da. I was like, Tisha, what did Marcel just say to you about you want people to stop talking about your marriage? Stop talking about theirs. She ain't gonna learn. So this is where they at with it, okay? And so Trisha at this point is just like, well, yeah, he left the house, okay? He went and he's staying with Will. I said, Will? He's staying with Will? Relationship over. Relationship over. Will is a dog. You go around Will house, you better make sure you good and done with me, because I'm good and done with you at that point, because that man right there, he is a villain. The way he was talking to them about dating Destiny, oh, you got one night to prove. You got one night to prove. That's where you at? Have a good life. Have a good life, okay? So next, what do we have? Oh, Tisha's just like, well, he can't just leave if y'all married. When y'all get married, he just can't up and leave like that. So what he gonna do when y'all married? What he gonna do when y'all married? Y'all still talking about marriage? And she said, I'm not. I said, girl, you never were. Trisha was not the one that wanted to get married in this equation. It was always Ken. Trisha still married to the first man. Child, I was cracking up at that. And she's still talking marriage. Next, we are at the Fletcher's house. This conversation was very polarizing, and it's so many emotions and ways to feel about so many situations that stemmed from one thing. I said, there's so much happening here. I had to pause, evaluate my feelings, take a sip of water, evaluate the problem at hand, because sometimes Nell will just start going off on a tangent and we're like, we're over here, babe. I don't know how you got over there. I don't know how we got over there, Nell. But Nell says that she is stressed. The program director at the nursery has quit. She got 2 new grandbabies, and you know her proclivity to take on everything and then some when it comes to these grandkids and kids. And then she has her dad staying with her now. So she's got a lot going on, y'all. She's got a lot going on. And here comes Fletcher with some more, okay? He's talking about some of her. What Lance been around there? Lance been around there to get that work done at the daycare? No, he ain't been around there yet. No, Lance ain't been around there yet. No, I ain't seen him around there. Oh, so what he thinking? What he thinking? He feel like, oh, you got dad over there. Dad can do it. Is that what he thinking? And they're like, well, I don't know what you mean. Well, because my license revoked, he think I got time to do it. I'm like, well, sir, since you mentioned it, you're absolutely right. You ain't working. Get that stuff done at your wife's spot. You want your son to have to miss out on money to come do something that you could be doing when you're not making no money. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Fletcher says that he can't talk about the details of it right now because it's still under investigation. But essentially, this could be going on for up to 2 years. For up to 2 years, the way that you make the most of your money could now just be not. Okay? And he's saying it so casually. And I see both sides. I can see him saying this so casually because they probably been in this house, them kids' whole life. Their house was probably paid off. The way that they in real estate investment, got all these businesses. The bulk of this house, the house is paid off. If not, the most of the house is paid off. Y'all still got this TV show money. Y'all still got this TV show money. Y'all still got daycare money. Y'all still got these different investment properties and stuff. This shouldn't be, the real estate shouldn't be, not to say there wasn't a lot of the income, but a lot of the overhead. Y'all should be able to still make it. Like, just like, girl, what is you? But she, on the other hand, like, what you mean? You need me to help you? I'm helping everybody in there something. Now you need my help too? And he's like, yeah, we can just pull some money out the daycare. Nell loses it, okay? You better find somewhere else to pull that money from. You ain't pulling it from my daycare. I said, well, Nell was not finna come off of none of that daycare funds, okay? I was taken aback at that. I was just like, oh, okay. But he goes on to, she starts crying, which I don't even know what happened first. You know how Nell is. She get to crying and get to hollering about anything at any point in time. She about to cry about being overloaded and nobody is helping her. Nobody is bothering to help her, okay? Now, Chris, some of the stuff that he was saying, it was kind of getting on my nerves because it had me like, say what now? So they have the little daycare talk. She don't want no money to come out the daycare. He like, well, we have other means of income. We got investment properties. We got the daycare. We got this. And then he asked her, have you ever thought about having a partner in your business? She's like, I'm not a partner in your business, so why should you be a partner in my business? He gonna say, well, you don't have a brokerage license, so you can't be a partner in my business. Well, you don't have a daycare license. You don't have experience and all that to be a daycare owner. So what's up? And I guess he's probably thinking of maybe, because I don't know the legalities of if you have to have different certifications, but I could imagine if you own a daycare, you would have to have some type of something. No, they just let anybody. Well, this is America, and they do traffic children, so maybe they do just let anybody be an owner of a daycare. Okay, so she gets offended, and rightfully so, because these businesses been structured the way that they have for 20 some odd years, and now because you fucked your stuff up, you finna come over here like, oh, well, you need a partner, so let me come through, or let you do this, or let us get some money from over here. You worry about your businesses, sir. Don't come over here and try to restructure nothing I got going on, because it's doing what it's supposed to do. You go over there. I was offended. Some people was like, Nell was doing too much. Nell was doing too much. Well, yeah, Nell is always yelling and doing too much. There's that. But what incensed her was his audacity. Because that was a whole lot of audacity. Like, you messed your stuff up. And you want to come partner into my business that you have no clue how any of this goes? How any of this goes. It just, Nell overreacted, but I could see where it stemmed from, because it is given, you think you can just walk into my business and do what I do and make you a check up off of me and my hard work? Like it's nothing. You ain't even really asking. You dang near feel entitled to it. And yeah, he asking, but he's really like, girl, what is you tripping for? Sir, that is one thing that'll make me cuss you out. Don't go mess up your stuff and then tell me how to do mine. You go find a way to get you some more, and then you figure out how to do that one right. Don't come over to my pie and be like, you didn't cut. Go yonder. Go away. Apollo, go away from me with this, okay? And she's insulted at this point, so she finna let it all hang out. Well, while we talking about the daycare, we talking about jobs. I got you on my payroll, okay? You can't do what I do because you the flunky, okay? And you don't tell all that. Martell talking about some, he over there running the Sam's. He running the Sam's and running errands and doing this and the daycare. Well, he know you get paid for that. He know you get paid for that. Chris is just looking like, damn, not even be clowning me by working for my damn wife. I can't believe she just said that on camera. Chris ain't have nothing to say to that. He wanted that part of the conversation to end. I was screaming. And he's just like, listen, what you need? What's going on? Like, let's just calm down. She crying, and she always being there for others, and nobody's there for her. How can I be there for you? Find me a nanny, a nurse, and a program director. I said, well, get to getting. Next we see Kimmy and Reese. And they talk about their relationship, or lack thereof-ish, okay? They mentioned how Junior is getting ready to go to college. And Reese gonna tell her, yeah, we about to be empty nesters now. Let's see if we really like each other. Sir, I will kill you. Sir, I will do you bodily harm. Because you literally last season gonna say to her, I want you to be happy even if it's not with me. And now that y'all got the child, now that you done had her raise your child, that you fought for custody for her to raise, now you like, let's see if you worth keeping, girl. The kids at the house, I might as well be single now. Shit, I just needed a wife to raise these children. Let's see how this goes. And then just give it a little 1 year trial period. Let's see how this goes. I will kill you. I will. Like, sir, what? He just basically like, shout out to you for raising my son. I'm about to head out. Like, Girl, she is still upset about him saying that, oh, I want you to be happy even if it's not with me. She tells him that he shouldn't say stuff like that. He says that he's going to try. He's going to try. So she's telling him that he shouldn't say stuff like that. He says he's going to try, but not really. I might say it again, but if I do, you know, it is what it is, babe. She's just looking like, huh? Really? She's fed up with how she is always having to remind him to be mindful of her. I said, baby, at the very least, he should not be embarrassing you in public on TV. He constantly loves these opportunities to embarrass you on TV. She says that she needs him to be thoughtful, like not talking about how much he needed her to roll over and suffer through it while she was going through chemo, and talking about it on Carlos King. And they played a clip. They played a clip where he had Carlos all types of gagged, honey, because he really said, you know, she rolls over and suffers through it. And that's her way of standing by me and my need for pussy, while I stand by her while she fights for her life with breast cancer. Carlos was just like, he hear himself out loud. He know cameras. He know that. All right. And it just amazes me that she stays with him. Because it's really nothing you could tell me past that to make me even want you anymore. That much disregard for my life, my comfort, my safety, and my name. Me as a person. I said, baby, it should have been curtains for him. It should have really been curtains for him a while ago. And Kimmy, oh Kimmy. So what else happened with them? She's trying to spoon feed him ways of being thoughtful, and he is just refusing it at every turn. He's just like, be thoughtful. Why would I do that? Act like I love my wife. Where's the fun in that? I said, girl, stop trying to make fetch happen. Please just go and free yourself. This man, he don't love you like that. He don't love you like that, okay? And she's just still trying to hammer down that he needs to be thoughtful. And he says to her, well, opposites attract. Y'all, he is so tickled. And she's infuriated at this point. He's like, well, you're laughing. You think it's funny. She said, no, I'm trying not to punch you in the face. Like, I'm trying not to punch you in the face, actually. I don't think it's funny. I'm laughing to keep from being violent, okay? And he is just, he don't care. He tried to convince her that she laughed. And it made me think of Married to Medicine. When Heaven said, y'all don't just stand over somebody. Don't just stand over that motherfucker. Just want to punch him. Just want to hit that motherfucker in his sleep. He goes all Reese Luther King on this diatribe and redirects her attention elsewhere. And I'm just like, girl, get up. Girl, get up. Girl, get up. Because what is this? We see Destiny. Child, I didn't even take the conversation down. Did I? I'm gonna have to check my notes on my thing. I got Destiny. Destiny is meeting up with her dad and her godmama. Okay. They are playing bingo. She meet them down to the bingo hall. I thought that was really adorable. Met them down to the bingo hall, and they're just having a talk about life in general, I suppose. She found her siblings and is going to Detroit to meet them. It's 8 kids total. Her and her brother were close in age. They were raised together with the mom until she turned 5. That's the brother that was deceased. A lot of people don't remember this, but when we first really got Destiny on the show, when her and her, I don't even think they were married yet, when her and her fiance LeBerick went on that double date with Mel and Martell, she said that a big problem in their relationship and what was holding him up from getting married was that she wanted to keep her last name because she wanted to keep that closeness to her brother, right? He didn't really care about that, and he expected her to take his last name. Okay, I can definitely remember that conversation because that was one of those things where it was like, ugh, I couldn't respect that. That's a bit too controlling for me. It's one thing to be traditional and for want your wife to have your last name, but to make it like, no, you gotta have my last name. I don't care if you are trying to honor your dead homies. Like, I ain't like that at all. And it just kind of showed for me that their relationship wasn't gonna last. I remember from that dinner, like, please don't marry him. And she did, it be like that sometimes, but I definitely remember just being like, sir, you make the situation icky. You make it an icky feeling in the room. The way he just had blatant disregard for that lady. So how did we even get on that tangent, y'all? Oh, the brother. So her and the brother were raised together. Their brother is deceased. She left the mom's house about 5-ish. That's when she went to go stay with her dad. Dad tried to get custody of the brother, but the grandmother wouldn't allow it. The younger 6 siblings don't even really know the mom. The mom was good on drugs in them streets. Oh, she mentioned that when she was getting taken to her dad's house, her and her brother saw her mama coming out. Basically the crack house. And they just didn't understand what was going on. They just was like, why my mama over there? What's she doing? Why we leaving if we see she right there? And they like, yeah, no. So the younger 6 siblings, as soon as she had them, they went straight into the system because she was on drugs. And I'm like, wow. I don't want to say it, but I want to say it. It's amazing to me. Nope. Move on, Commander. Look, Claudia, move on to the next thing. So, where we at with it? She asked her daddy if he want to go, and he said no. He just want to remember Rhonda, her mama, as she was, and not as the person she is now on drugs and stuff like that. And he's honestly really amazed that she's even on drugs, because he said that she was the one that would pour his whiskey down the drain. So the fact that she on drugs, it's like, wow, crazy world out here, basically. So Martell meets with Ken and Chris at the car wash. He's mad that Destiny is not taking up the listing and now Fletcher's license is revoked. So the means of income from this property that he was dependent on both have flaked. And I was really confused on Destiny not taking. I was like, as big boy talk as she was giving in that conference room, like, I'm gonna sell a house before you, Fletcher. And he was with the big boy talker. Girl, I've been doing this for 37 years. You think you're gonna come here to do this? And now you got the wide open lane, girl. You got the wide open lane to sell this listing. And you're not? Is she trying and just not succeeding? Like, I am confusion. So, yeah, so is Martell, I suppose. So is Martell, I suppose. So they redirect to Chris, and they're talking about his license being revoked. How did this happen, man? How did this happen? He said he was looking out for somebody and they went to the commission on him. I said, ooh, not they sent the secret shoppers. Not they sent a secret shopper your way, child. I was weak about that one. And so then, what happened next? The secret shopper got him in trouble. What happened next? Martell doing the most. how you gonna feed your family? Chris said, I got other businesses. That's my business right across the street. And he points over to the daycare. I said, oh, don't let Nell see you. Okay? And that just really made me feel icky. I feel like he does minimize what she do. Maybe because it don't bring in as much money as real estate can bring in. I feel like he minimizes what she does. And it is icky. It is. You minimizing what I do when you ain't got no certification, no license, no means you don't know what's going on over here. And you just like, that's my business right there. What you mean how I'm going to feed my family? I guess, child. So Martell tells Ken, because Ken tells them that him and Trisha are basically broken up at this point, okay? They are basically broken up at this point, and Martell tells him that he needs to go and get him a young girl. Go get you a 20-something-year-old girl that ain't got no kids, no husband. No husband had me weak. I'm gonna go find you a 20-something-year-old girl with no husband, no kids. You know, like, go find you something. They're like 20-something. That's too young. What you mean 20-something? You just want to control her, huh? So lastly, we see Kimmy, Tisha, and Destiny meet up for Taco Tuesdays. Y'all, I didn't take no notes on this. I had to go back and watch the scene. Tisha is insufferable. It was painful. I got a slight headache after that scene. So y'all know how Marceau has been working on that fancy modern home. He's finally done, and now Tisha's about to list it and do some marketing for it. Okay, she's partnering with another brokerage, and Kimmy gets offended because Kimmy's like, you didn't call me, girl, you didn't call me. And she's like, girl, it ain't even like that. They're just gonna be doing the showings because I know how you are, and you're gonna be like, girl, you better show your own house. I said, well, don't be asking about if you got a listing when you got all these stipulations. If you gonna tell me how you, girl, Kimmy, I was on your side until you kept talking. Until you kept talking, dear, because what you mean? So Tisha was like, see, I already know. And this is the last time Tisha is gonna be right in this meetup, okay? She's working on I said that part. I can't even doing all showings. Destiny is there, and Tisha is just visibly upset, honey. The bartender, the waiter comes around, asks her if she want a margarita. She's like, I don't know. Let me get a shot though, because I need to take the edge off because I said right, loves her. That's how it was going through my head when that happened, because it was just like, Tisha be doing too much. Tisha stay doing too much. So she's still mad because she feels like Destiny was defending Nell. Destiny's like, well, tell me, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say to make you feel like that? She's in a calm tone. She ain't accusatory. She ain't yelling, none of that. Tisha basically says she don't have to remember what she said because she knows how it made her feel. Baby, feelings are not facts, okay? Your feelings don't run anything. If that's the case, so if it's raining outside and that makes you sad, do we now have to go into a drought? Because Tisha doesn't like the rain. How dare that rain upset LaTisha Scott, okay? Tisha is a 14-year-old. Tisha is stuck in the mind frame of a middle school, high school girl who feels like your friends' worlds revolve around you, okay? She thinks that she's Regina George. You a Gretchen, at best. Okay, maybe a Karen. Please stop it. Tisha's just like, well, this ain't going nowhere because you just gonna go back and be like, they was ganging up on me. They was ganging up on me. Destiny was like, girl, I wouldn't say that. Well, that's what you would. You would. You would. Well, listen, well, this is what made me question everything, Destiny, because you said that you know Martell longer and you've known Nell longer. So that just makes me wonder if that means that you got more loyalty over there than you do over here. Destiny said, have I ever shown that to you? Have you ever felt like that? Well, no, but I mean, Destiny like, girl, I'm not groveling and I'm not kissing your butt to make you feel good about our friendship. And she's like, well, you just need to acknowledge my feelings. And this is where Destiny's like, that is what we're doing. We're having conversation after conversation after conversation about your feelings. That is literally the definition of acknowledging your feelings. Okay? But she wants her to apologize and completely changes up how she moves and who she moves with according to how Tisha feels today. Even though it could be different tomorrow. I can't deal. Destiny says, I feel like I'm being gaslit. Tisha gonna say, first ganged up on, now gaslit. Tisha, you said the ganged up on. She didn't say that. You see how crazy and delusional Tisha is? She done really convinced herself that Destiny said she was getting ganged up on. Grown women like that are scary. Grown women like that are scary. But that is it for Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm going to come to y'all tomorrow with what's this? This Love and Marriage Huntsville. Married to Medicine. Come to y'all tomorrow with Married to Medicine. Y'all, my hair was a mess. I finally washed my hair today. And I flat ironed it, but I didn't really put no curls in it. And it just feels so flat. It just feels like merp. I gotta put some. All right, y'all. Until next time, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, let me know if y'all, I ain't but no Ringo. Comment, let me know what y'all thought about the episode. And share the video with people that watch the show. Let me go check in on my family, child. Bye.